Watch this review here with what will hopefully be a very brief look at the G.I. Joe Toys R Us exclusive Crimson Guard 5-pack. The set consists of 4 elite troopers and an elite officer seen here. Now they're all in different poses in the package, and you'll notice that the trooper in the front is missing a rifle. That rifle is actually included with the stand, so you do get a full complement of weapons. Funny story about the guy in the top right mother pack though, but I'll get onto that later. Now, I'm not really a big G.I. Joe fan or anything anymore, so I'm mostly collecting these guys to just serve as generic henchmen for my Marvel Universe and DC Infinite Heroes displays, which I think they will do a pretty decent job. You have little read-ups on the back, though. Now, before I get onto the figures, here's a look at the display in the back. Now, because they used a blister that wasn't taped in, there's no damage to the display when you take out a package. However, they did tape on the stand, so I did get a little tear here, but I bought 2 packs of this, so the other one hopefully will have more luck. But this back here is actually removable, so you can have it like with an open doorway here and then just nothing here, or you can have this looking like this. I'm definitely going to save this display because it does look pretty cool. And here we have our less than valiant troops, all ready to oppose peace and freedom wherever they may find it. Now each of these troopers comes equipped with a rifle with bayonet attached, in addition to a pistol kept in a side holster here. And as mentioned, my figure has a fairly visible production error in the form of having 2 right hands. As you can see, the thumb is clearly upside down here. You know, I guess you just have to check your packs first. I mean, you really shouldn't have to do something like that, but, I mean, caveat emptor and all that. In terms of sculpt, there's a pretty decent amount of detail here, in terms of vests and everything. But paint-wise, it's a little messy because this is a lot brighter shade of red than they used for the arms. And the legs also look like they're a different shade as well. Personally, I don't really care for the helmet here, but I mean, if you're a G.I. Joe fan, I don't know, that might be your thing. Might not be. The officer here has the exact same sculpt, except for they have the plate part here silver as opposed to just looking like a normal vest. And the colors are sort of inverted. Articulation-wise, these things aren't entirely impressive. You have a rotating wrist, a sort of peg here at the elbow, so it will rotate in addition to swinging forward, back. Then you have a ball joint and shoulder, no bicep though. Head goes a full 360. Backpack is detachable, as you can even see in the box. Upper torso joint here goes forward, back a little bit, full 360 round. No waist joint. Leg, it's just a standard ball joint, good range. Double jointed knee, a little rough though. And then a peg joint down here at the foot. Also, I should mention the fact that the knee pads or whatever are like a deeper shade than the pants on some of the figures, like this one over here. For some reason, the paint doesn't look that bad on the captain or officer. I'm not sure what the reasoning is there. The one thing that bothers me in terms of articulation is the fact they can't really hold a rifle properly. Because not only can they not hold it close to their face or in a range where you could kind of get a good vision, but because the arms kind of don't go forward enough, because they'd need like a floating shoulder or something like that. You can't pose it using both hands, and if you're carrying around a rifle, you probably would need both hands. I mean, at least that's my understanding of the weapon. By the way, the rifles will swing out of their hands if you try to position the back portion on the outside. It can only fit on the inside here. So, do these figures work for the sorts of things I was planning? You know, I'd have to say, just like the real C.O.B.R.A, they do kind of get the job done. For one thing, everything about them screams generic goon, which is actually a great thing, meaning that they can portray anything from soldiers to militiamen, working for some corrupt dictator, oppressing a small town, straight down to just generic henchmen hired on by whatever villain. Now the color scheme and costume and so forth just has a very generic evil design, so you can't really confuse it with anything else. Likewise, these are just plain evil looking weapons they're carrying. And I probably should mention this earlier, but I found these guys in the clearance section of Toys R Us, and it was $15 per set, so at $3 a figure, they're also very economical. And they actually do remind me a little bit of the soldiers from Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. I don't know if anybody remembers that movie. I just want to get everybody high, man. You know, some good drugs to help take their minds to places they've never been before. But yeah, Moonwalker was a pretty cool movie. All in all, I think I do like these figures. I mean, they look pretty cool. They pose alright, they stand okay. The only problem is they can't hold the rifles with both hands or at a really great stance, but I mean, it's serviceable. I'm not sure at this point if I'll try to go back and see if they have more of these still on clearance, but I mean, for those of you who are just looking to kind of do some stuff with displays and so forth, I mean, this is a kind of decent deal, which is probably worth checking out if your local store has these or not. Until next time, folks. Forgot to show off the stand, but here it is in all of its standy glory. Each figure comes with one. It's got the C.O.B.R.A logo on it, and then just the troop designation. And a little peg hole. Probably not going to use it myself, though.